Welcome to MLB The Show and this presentation of minor league baseball. Tonight, the opener of a three-game series between the St. Paul Saints and the Iowa Cubs. We've got baseball on the show, and it's coming up next.
Your Iowa Cubs.
Eddie Lopez, a Michigan-born lefty, gets the starting job here. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard.
Next to hit, Johnny McHugh. Here comes the 1-2. Now a changeup is bounced to second. Scooped up. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out. Now into the box, Eddie James, as he'll dig into the left-handed batter's box.
I'm so impressed with him and his ability to hit from both sides of the dish. I mean, we've all seen guys that do it, but really, they usually struggle from one side of the plate or the other. Not him, though. He's a true switch hitter who has a lot of success from either side of the box.
Lifted the other way out to left center. Center fielder giving chase. He's got it. A great running play, and that'll retire the side. We've played an inning. Still 0-0. Next, here is Johnny McHugh trying here to plate the tying run from second. Here's the 1-2. And a jam shot here as this is sent towards second. Reined in. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. At the plate now is Eddie James. Runner in scoring position with 2 gone. From the stretch. Had him lunging at that one out of the zone, and that's strike 1.
See, guys, he is human. Occasionally an ugly swing right there, but he's having a monster season, so I'm going to give him a free pass.
McHugh is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out, so a great job there. Now it'll be Eddie James. He flew out in his last AB. This should end the inning as it's sent out to second. Fielded cleanly. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. So they breeze through this half of the inning. 7th inning coming up. All tied at 1-1. All set for the start of the inning. And stepping up as the shortstop, Royce Lewis. Hit out towards second. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7. And now, Andrew Bechtold, 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here now the 2-2. Sent on the ground out to second. Scooped up. On to first, and this will remain a tie ball game as the inning is over. Pretty painless half of the inning, all told. 7th inning stretch time here at the ballpark.
Come on now, come on.
And stepping in, Frank Ramirez. He's 0 for 2 with a walk thus far.
Frank Ramirez.
Line, but speared on a hop. Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. Next to dig in, Eddie James. Game on the line here, and a ball deep in the gap would make this place explode. Here's the first pitch. Back up the middle. A diving effort as it's off his glove. And there is some stick-to-itiveness as they still manage to get the out at first. What a play. Chance to walk it off, and now here is Darryl Clausen. The winning run stands at second base. Maybe trying to back him up a bit there with the fastball. Now action in the bullpen as their closer starts to get loose out there.
Hey, no one better now. Hey, keep going up there. Watch up.
The 1-0.
2-0.
Now you can see he's working around this guy right here. Why not? First base is open. Walk wouldn't be the worst thing in this spot.
Ball to strike on the inside part of the plate. 2-1. 2-2. Here it is. Pulled toward right center field.
Dig.
Center fielder on the run. He's got it as the winning run is stranded to end the inning.
Well, they had to put in a couple of extra innings of work, but hey, listen, a win is a win, and any win is good, especially on the road.
Close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. Nolan Blackwood gets the win in relief, his second of the year. Tom Hackemer wraps it up for the save, his fourth of the season. Time for baseball of the minor league variety, and the show brings you coverage from the AAA East. Tonight, the second of 3 to start the week between the St. Paul Saints and the Iowa Cubs. It's baseball, it's the show, and it comes your way next.
Iowa Cubs.
Quinn Priester, a right-hander from Illinois, will be the starter here. What's your take on him, Dan?
Hey, you take a look at this guy's ERA. Any ERA under 4 is pretty good in this day and age of baseball when we have all these high-scoring, high-flying affairs. This guy knows how to pitch, he knows how to control the running game, and most importantly, he's not afraid to throw strikes. We'll see how he does in this one.
And he's out on a strong throw.
Hey, I love to be aggressive on the base pass, certainly when you're watching the play. That runner saw that baseball right in front of him. The whole play transpired right in front of him, and he felt he could get to third base, then he better get there. Can't be thrown out in that situation.
And he'll get back in safely.
Let it fly.
The 2-2. Runners off for second. Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball, and that's how the inning comes to an end. So no runs on 2 hits. So now to the plate, Eddie James. Base knock to the outfield could score the tying run from second. Now the first pitch. Swing and a miss that time. Strike 1.
Got to sit middle when a guy's trying to pitch around you. If he's going to give you first base, take it.
Grounded to third. He's got it.
Come on, beat it out.
2 down. Into the box, Eddie James trying to bring in the tying run from third here.
All right, boy, all right, here we go. Come on, Chief, one time, here we go.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Ground ball to third, and they could get 2. There's one. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Striding forward now is the DH, Eddie James, as the switch hitter will bat right-handed here. He's set and the pitch, and he fouls this one off.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
And here's a ball in the air now, carrying a bit out toward right center. Kirilov is over to his right as he puts this one away. 2 down.
Anytime you can win a game, let alone on the road, you have to feel really good about yourself. It's not easy going into that other team's ballpark and coming out with a win, but they did just that.
Tonight's game comes to an end, 5-1 the final score. Minor League Baseball on the show for you now as we present coverage from the AAA East. Tonight we wrap up this 3-game series between the St. Paul Saints and the Iowa Cubs. It's baseball on the show, and it's coming up.
Iowa Cubs.
Eddie James, a right-hander from Illinois, will be the starter here. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, in this day and age where we're used to seeing a lot of home runs and pitchers not going very deep in a game, how about this guy? ERA in the low 1s. That's not an easy thing to do. He can strike people out, but he can also get them out via the ground ball, the fly ball. Judging by his stats this year, he is having a ridiculously good season up to this point.
Claude Wiles is in to start things off here as he looks at a cold strike. It's 0-1. Fellas, you take a look at our homestanding ball club as they come into this one tonight. They come off another loss last time out, and in fact, they've dropped 3 of their last 4.
Yeah, Matty, dropping their last game. Now they find themselves at 500 again. They got to find a way to get on a hot streak. You cannot continue to go peaks and valleys throughout the course of this season and ride that 500 line all year. At some point, you're going to have to take 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 to get this going in the right direction.
And there's one gone to begin the evening. Next up is Brian Torres. First pitch on its way. Hit on the ground to third. Right to him. And very quickly there, they're 2 gone to start the inning. Digging in next, Brandon Nimmo. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on. In there, strike 1. 2 out, nobody on. And he falls behind 0-2. Now a fastball swung on, missed, and that is out number 3. So a fairly painless top of the first. So it's on to the bottom of inning number 1, no score. Second inning set to go, and next it'll be the outfielder, Alex Kirilloff. Just gets a piece of it, strike 1. A windup and the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's quickly in the hole. 0-2.
That was a great hack right there. Timing was on point. Just sometimes you have bad back barrel accuracy.
Fastball swung on and missed for the first out.
Yeah, as they say, there's a hole in his swing in that location, so a good job there of exploiting that. That can be real hard for some guys to overcome when teams start figuring out what locations you just can't handle.
The 1-0 is swung on and missed, strike 1. Swing and a miss out in front of a changeup. Swing and a miss on the fastball that time, out number 2.
Every pitcher looks to get off to a good start, and I'd say he's off to a good start. How about the first 5 batters he's faced? 3 of them he's sent down via the strikeout.
Sent out to straightaway center field. Low will get there, and he puts it away to retire the side. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. We'll go to the bottom half of inning number 2, and we are tied 0-0. And now here is Nick Ames, as we are all set to begin the 3rd inning in this one. Changeup called, strike 1. James is currently the leading vote getter among starting pitchers in the league, and quite deservedly so.
Yeah, Matty, not surprised this guy is on the top of the All-Star game voting, but you have to take a step back. This is being voted on by the fans, so I can't imagine how he feels to be voted in by his fans to start in the All-Star game right now.
And it's fouled away. Now another 1-2. And it looks like that'll put him into the hit column here. This is into left field, a base hit.
Eat it. Cut it right there.
That's a nice piece of hitting right there, Dan. He went heater up in the zone and then tried to drop the off speed, but he was on it.
Boy, Mark, that's the oldest trick in the book, right? You use one pitch to set up the other. This guy wasn't having any part of that.
To second for 1, but they won't get 2 as he beats the relay to first. So next to bat will be Andrew Bechtold.
The third baseman, number 5.
He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Right through it here, and he's behind 0-1.
Here we go, guys.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Ground ball right side. And that's through for a hit. The throw to third. And he's safe. That's a big at-bat from the bottom of the order.
Yeah, Matty, right there. worked himself into a nice situation, got on base right there. Now first and third, rolls the lineup over. Top of the order is licking its chops.
Pops this one up. Right fielder coming on. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. And he will, of course, hold on at third, and it's going to take a 2-out hit now to get him home.
Now batting. Left.
Next, it'll be Brian Torres. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Now a little looper down the left field line. And this is going to wind up as extra bases, as that'll play one for sure and maybe a second. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0. And here's the former first-round draft choice, Brandon Nimmo. Strike one to start the at-bat. Comes set, the 0-1.
Nope, that's down.
Bechtold over at second. Torres at first, 2 out in the inning.
The count is
Offered
1
it a
and
low
2.
one there, but came up empty. Lifted down the line in left. And this will wind up a foul ball. 1-2. Here it is. Lifts it into the air to shallow center. In comes the center fielder. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the inning. All set for the start of the fourth. And up next is Alex Kirilloff.
The right field.
And that's on the outside corner for a strike. Way inside with that one. A pretty easy take there.
This guy's been throwing the ball great so far, but he's going to be tested here. 4, 5, and 6 coming up this part of the lineup.
A ball and 2 strikes now. Here comes the 1-2. Swing and a liner. And that's a base hit. 1 for 2 in his first couple of plate appearances. So now to the plate, Isan Diaz. As the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Changed up on him and dropped it in for a called strike.
Ball 1.
Too high. 1-2.
Basic pitching right there. 0-2 fastball up and out of the zone. Change the eye level. Now time to go to that curveball down and away.
To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
I know he missed with a fastball right there, but this guy's arsenal, you can't figure out what he's trying to do. He's got a lot of different directions he could go in right here.
So the breaking ball locked him up there. Isan Diaz becomes the first out of the inning.
Now batting. Catcher. Williams.
That'll bring in Williams Astudillo, as he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far.
0-2.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at-bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
So now here is Nick Ames, singled in his last at-bat.
Nick Ames.
Hey, come on now, guys.
He's set. Here it comes. Kirilloff is off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here. Hoping to send him packing. Pitch on its way. Good waste pitch, 1-2. And that misses 2-2. And a breaking ball freezes him. Strike 3 called, and the side is retired. In at the plate, Royce Lewis. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. And now the first pitch. Down the first baseline. And a heck of an effort over there at first, but it'll be for naught as this is a foul ball. The windup and the 0-1. Tries to drop one down here, but he misses. Strike 2. fouled off. The windup and the 0-2 pitch.
Nope,
Can't
that's the
find
ball.
the zone there as he lays off the
I got
breaking
one
ball.
and two.
He didn't look overly fooled right there because a lot of pitchers will go to the breaking stuff 0-2,
Ball,
but
that's
he
inside.
certainly looked ready for a breaker on that pitch.
The 2-2 is up at the letters, but he gets the call. Strike 3.
Great spot on that 2-2 fastball. You can't place it on the inside corner any better than that. As a hitter, there's just not a whole lot you can do with that unless you're looking for it and time it just right. Love seeing a guy that can work the inside with his fastball.
Garcia ranges back, and he has it for out number 2. Next to hit is Claude Wiles. Flew out last time up. In there for strike 1, 0-1. Really feels like he's just on cruise control out there on the mound right now.
Boy, this is a tight one. You kind of get the feeling like the next team that scores is going to win this one.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And he struck him out. His 8th punch out of the ballgame, and that one ends the inning. So nothing happening this time around. Home half of the 5th coming up. All tied at 1-1. Top half of the 6th about to get started. And digging in is the outfielder, Brian Torres. And he gets ahead 0-1. On the ground to the right side. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first gets him, so the leadoff man's retired here to begin the 6th. To the plate now is the designated hitter, Brandon Nimmo. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. Changeup too low, and it's 1-0. Here's a breaking ball, but it doesn't quite find the strike zone. From the windup, the 2-0 pitch.
Nope, upstairs.
Hey, he's had great command all day. Want to see how aggressive he is in the zone with a 3-ball count.
Nope,
And that's
that's
low,
ball.
ball
Take the
4.
risk.
So a runner at first now with 1 away. And up next is Alex Kirilloff. No balls and a strike to count. Nimmo stands at first with 1 out.
Ball.
Here's one that misses high. It's
I got a ball,
1-1.
1 strike.
Very impressive outing so far. His command has been spot on. Even when he misses his spot, it isn't out over the heart of the plate. He's throwing quality pitches.
Nope.
And it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
So it was a swinging strike 3. Alex Kirilloff goes down for out number 2 in the top half. Swung on, and this ball is hammered. Forget about it. And that ball will stay fair, and it's gone. A home run.
Awesome swing right there. You never know when that huge moment's going to come in the game. I know there's a little bit left in this one, but certainly they got to feel good about it.
Oh, and meanwhile, my gracious, that pitch came up and drilled him, and let's hope he's okay after that one.
Now back.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch.
No, that's low.
Nick Ames stands in as he looks at ball 1 here. Here's a changeup that's right there, 1-1. A runner on first with 2 away. Swing and a miss.
1 ball,
Good sinking
2
action
strikes.
there, 1-2. And he will strike him out. 10 now in the ball game, and the inning is over. So it's 2 runs on 1. Austin Adams is on to pitch from the bullpen now.
Hey, this was a pretty tightly played game. Got a little bit of everything in this one. Some timely hitting, runs on the board, key pitching, and defense in certain spots. This one was a fun one to watch.
4-2 the final score tonight. The St. Paul Saints rode an important 6th inning to victory in this one. Bailey Ober earned his 5th win of the year. Eddie James struck out 10 in the losing effort. Tom Hackemer earns the save out of the bullpen.